Dear students, in this video I'm going to start the second unit, and in this unit we will discuss about the numerical solution of system of non-linear equations. Okay, so here we have a system means more than one equations. So consider this problem. Consider a system of two non-linear equations in two unknowns x and y as this. Here first equation is f of xy is equals to 0, a non-linear equation in x and y unknowns, and second equation is gxy is equals to 0. So we have this system. Now to solve this problem we will discuss following methods. One is Newton-Raphson method and another one is quasi-Newton methods. In this category we have Broyden's method. This is a category of methods, and in this we will discuss only Broyden's method. Okay, so let us start with the first method, Newton-Raphson method. So let xk, this is capital X, that means vector. So this vector contains small xk, yk, because x and y, these are two our unknowns. So here k represents the iteration number. Superscript k represents basically the iteration number. Okay, so this vector at kth iteration is nothing but small xk, small yk. Be a suitable approximation of the root xi and eta. So the exact root of this system of equation is suppose xi and eta, okay, of the system of non-linear equations 1. And let delta x be an increment in xk and delta y be an increment in yk, such that this value, after incrementing this value by delta x and delta y, we get this xk plus delta x, yk plus delta y. This is an exact solution. So if you understand graphically, what I am saying is that just like in x direction, this is x direction. Suppose at kth iteration we are having this. At kth point, kth iteration we are at this point, and exact root is suppose I here. So this difference is basically the delta x. So xk plus delta x is xi, and similarly in the yth direction, at some point we are having yk and some amount is added so that we will have the exact solution. So this is our eta, this is our xi, this is our eta. So obviously if this is xi, this is eta, so they will satisfy exactly this system of equations, and hence f of xk plus delta x, yk plus delta y is equivalent to 0. That means left center side is itself is 0. This is an equation. When you put the roots here, so left hand side itself becomes 0. That's why equivalent is to 0. And g xk plus delta x, yk plus delta y is equivalent to 0. This is 2. Okay. Now we will expand this by Taylor series in two variables, because here we have two variables x and y. So about the point xk, yk. In x direction increment size is delta x. In y direction increment size is delta y. So now expand this function f and g using Taylor series. So what we will get? For f we have f of xk, yk plus, in place of delta or h, what we have this. This is our h. In single dimension, you all think you understand, this is your h in single variable problem. But in two variable problem, this is your hd. If you remember, what is the single variable? Your Taylor series. Taylor series in single variable is this, f at x plus, for example, say delta x. This is f of x plus delta x, f dash means d by dx of f plus delta x whole square by factorial to d2f by dx2 and so on. But when you are expanding in two variable, so x plus delta x, y plus delta y, so this is nothing but f at xy plus, now this is in single, in two variable, this will become the partial derivative. So we have delta x del by del x. So I am writing this part, I am not writing f. F is a common quantity or common function, plus we have another variable y, so that's why delta y del by del y, and then we have f. So this is the derivative, differential operator. Okay, plus now the second order term. So here we have square. So delta x del by del x plus del by del y whole square. Divide by factorial 2. So 1 by factorial 2 and then f and so on. Okay, so this is the second. So here this is the expansion. So x delta x plus delta y del by del y and then f at point xk yk plus 1 by factorial 2 delta x del by del x plus delta y del by del y whole square and f at xk yk and so on. This is equal to 0. Similarly, the expansion of g will provide you g xk yk plus delta x del by del x plus delta y del by del y, and here this operator is operated on the function g at xk yk plus 1 upon factorial 2 delta x del by del x plus delta y del by del y whole square g at xk yk and so on. This is equal to 0. Okay, so now neglecting higher order terms in delta x and delta y, what we will get? So this can be removed, neglecting higher order term. Similarly, this can be removed. So we have only this term, this and this. So this is written here, f at xk yk plus delta x del by del x plus delta y del by del y, f at xk yk is this is equal to 0. Similarly, from here g at xk yk is delta x del by del x plus delta y del by del y operated on g xk yk is equal to 0. From here our unknowns are delta x and delta y because function is known to you. Okay, so now this term is taken in the right hand side, this term is taken in the right hand side, so we get this equation, system of linear equations in delta x. So delta x this and del by del x of this function plus delta y and del by del y of this function, this is equal to minus this term, so minus f at xk yk. Similarly, from the second equation we have delta x del by del x g at xk yk plus delta y del by del y g xk yk is equal to minus g xk yk. Okay, so now this is a system of equations, two linear equations, and here unknowns are delta x and delta y. So in the matrix form this can be rewritten as this. So this is the system. This in matrix form can be written as this, which is f of x this quantity, f of y this quantity, and then gx gy, and this matrix is multiplied by delta x and delta y. This is equal to right hand side minus f at xk yk and g at xk yk. This is in the matrix form. So here if I am writing this matrix as jk, this vector as delta capital X, this is equal to minus and this vector as f at xk yk. So where what is jk? Jk is this fx fy gx gy at point xk yk, that means this matrix. What is delta x? Delta x is this small delta x delta y. What is f? F is this f at xk, this is basically f and g at point xk yk. Okay, this can be written as in short fk in superscript or f at xk, both are same. Okay, so here I am using this notation. Fine. So now this is also known as Jacobian. This is the Jacobian. Okay, that's why denoted by J. So now from here matrix, if you want to find out delta x, and since this is a matrix, so just pre-multiplying by its inverse, so this will become identity and only delta x will be remaining in the left hand side. So that's why delta x is equal to minus jk inverse of this quantity f at xk yk. In short, minus jk inverse, and this can be written as this short form f at xk. Okay, what is jk inverse? Jk inverse is this fx fy gx gy whole inverse at point xk yk. So when you simplify this 2 by 2 matrix, then we will get 1 by dk and gy minus fy minus gx fx at point xk yk. What is dk? Dk is basically the determinant, which is this f of x at point xk yk That means this is multiplied by this minus this is multiplied by this. So this is the determinant. So this is the determinant fx, gy, gx, fy at point xk, yk. All are evaluated at the point xk, yk. Okay. So once you are having jk inverse, substitute it here and then multiply this, and finally you will get delta x. What is delta x? Delta x is this small delta x, delta y. So here substitute it here. So we get this is equal to minus jk inverse, and this f is what? F at g, f and g at point xk, yk. What is delta x? Delta x is basically the difference between two consecutive values. Okay. For example, here we have taken this is the delta x at xk and j is the exact root, but we know that this is the kth iterate. Okay. So if you are taking the difference, because slowly this delta x will change, so in place of j we also can take xk plus 1, that what is the value of k plus 1th iterate. Okay. So this distance can also be taken as delta x. So here this is the difference. Delta x is what? The distance between two consecutive values. Similarly, delta y is this, because this may be possible that this is j or this may be j. Exact root kth iterate आपका j हो सकता है, exact root हो सकता है, that's why. Okay. So just substitute these values here. Now इनको separate किया, so that's why we have this vector minus this vector is equal to minus this right hand side, and now we can take this part in the right hand side. So we get this xk plus 1 is xk minus jk inverse f at xk, where xk is this, xk is xk yk, and this is the formula for Newton-Raphson method for system of nonlinear equations. Now we can generalize this formula, because here we have taken only two variables. If we have multiple equations, n number of variables, so we need n number of equations. So now generalize this. So we have this, we have n number of nonlinear equations. Here n number of variables are there, x1, x2. So rather than using x, y, z, we are having x1, x2, xn. So all these are nonlinear equations. In short, we can write down this in matrix form. Fx is equal to 0. What is x? X is x1, x2, xn vector. F is what? F1, f2, fn vector. These are the functions, these are the variables. Okay. Now to start the method, suppose x naught, initial guess is x1 0, initial value of x1, initial value of x2, initial value of xn. This is a vector quantity, is an initial approximation to the solution of the vector x. Then with the help of the formula, which is xk plus 1 is xk minus jk inverse f at xk. What is, we know what is this? This is basically this type of vector. We know what is j is Jacobian. So now we will extend this idea of Jacobian. We will extend this idea of Jacobian for two variable up to n variable. Then what we will have, in place of fx, fy, we will have f at x1, f at x2, f at x3. So we are using this del f1 by del x1, del f1 by del x2, del f1 by del xn. Then second function, del f2 by del x1, del f2 by del x2, del f2 by del xn, and so on. Then last row is for the nth function, del fn by del x1, del fn by del x2, del fn by del xn, and all are evaluated at point xk. Xk means what? x1k, x2k, x3k, x4k, and so on. And this is basically the Jacobian matrix of the function f1, f2, fn, evaluated at point xk. Okay. Now if you take this point in the left hand side and then pre-multiply by jk, so what we will get? We will get this equation, jk xk plus 1 minus xk is equal to minus f at xk. This difference is basically the error between two consecutive iterates. So jk epsilon k is equal to minus f at xk. This is the error vector. So we solve it as a linear system of equations by direct method or iterative method for each iteration. Okay. Now the convergence of this method basically depends upon this error. Okay, so the convergence of the method depends on the initial approximation vector xk x naught. Now we have two conditions. One is sufficient only, another one is necessary and sufficient. So a sufficient condition for the convergence is that for each k, the norm of jk inverse is less than 1. This is the norm of Jacobian inverse matrix. Whereas a necessary and sufficient condition, this is necessary and sufficient, this is only sufficient. For convergence is that rho of jk inverse is less than 1. What is rho? Rho is basically the spectral radius. Spectral radius. Okay, here what we have done, we have used basically there is a norm. So here we have used L2 norm or maximum norm. Okay, and this rho jk inverse is basically the spectral radius. Spectral radius means what? Largest eigenvalue in magnitude. So just compute the eigenvalue of this matrix. Whichever is the largest one, compute the eigenvalue of jk inverse, inverse matrix of this. First take the inverse of this, then find out the eigenvalues. So whichever is the largest one, then that is basically the rho jk inverse. So if that eigenvalue is less than 1, then condition is necessary and sufficient, and that's why your scheme will converge or your method will converge. Okay. So if the method converges, then its rate of convergence is 2. This is second order convergence. This method having second order convergence. And the iteration are stopped when this norm, because what is this? This is basically the difference of these two. Norm of xk plus 1 minus xk is less than epsilon. So stop it here. Okay. Let us take the example. This is the example. This is the example. Perform 3 iterations of Newton-Raphson method to solve the system of equation x square plus xy plus y square is equal to 7, x cube plus y cube is equal to 9. Take initial guess as x naught, which is small x naught, small y naught, transpose t is equal to say 1.5 and 0.3. Sorry, 0.5. 1.5 and 0.5 transpose. That means 1.5 and 0.5 in vector form. Okay. What is fk? Fk is nothing but f and g. So this function is denoted by f. This is denoted by g. So what is f? So just take 7 in the left hand side. So this is your f, x square plus xy plus y square minus 7. Similarly g is the second equation, x cube plus y cube minus 9. And this is evaluated at the point xk. Okay. So now what is jk? Jk is del f by del x, del f by del y, del g by del x, del g by del y. What is f? F is this function. So just partially differentiate this with respect to x. So we get this 2x plus y. Again partially differentiate this function with respect to y, so we get this x plus 2y. Similarly partially differentiate this second function g with respect to x, so we get 3x square. Again partially differentiate this with respect to y, so 3y square. And they are evaluated at point xk. Now according to the Newton's method, formula is xk plus 1 is equal to xk minus jk inverse fk. Okay. Now or another form is, just take this in the left hand side and then pre-multiply by jk. So we get jk xk plus 1 minus xk is equal to minus f of xk. This can be written as delta xk. So jk delta xk is equal to minus f of k. Okay. Here delta xk is basically what? Xk plus 1 minus xk. Okay. Our interest is in this basically. So now iteration number, first iteration, take k is equal to 0. So x naught is what? This is already given to you, 1.5 and 0.5. So 1.5 and 0.5, this is x, this is y, small x and small y. Okay. So now find out j naught. J naught will be what? Here put 0. So here put x naught. X naught means put x equal to 1.5. Put y is equal to 0.5 in this matrix. So what we will get? 3.5, 2.5, 6.75, 0.75. What is f naught? F naught is evaluated here. Just put x is equal to 1.5, y is equal to 0.5 in this matrix here. So what we get? Minus 3.75 minus 5.5. Now substitute these values j naught, f naught herein. So here is, this is your j naught, this is your delta x naught because k is 0. So delta x naught delta y naught is equal to minus. So minus से multiply करेंगे तो minus minus becomes plus. That's why there is no negative sign here. Or you can take minus here. So minus minus. Okay. So what you will get after solving this system of simple 2 by 2 equations, we get delta x naught is 0.765, delta y naught is 0.4254. Okay. Now based on this formula, you have already evaluated this part. This is already known to you. For k is equal to 0, this is x0. So now compute x1. So x1 is what? X naught according to this formula. X naught plus delta x naught. X naught is 1.5 and 0.5 plus this vector is already evaluated here. So this is delta x naught and this is delta y naught. Take their sum. So this is your delta x1. Okay. So now second iteration, put k is equal to 1. So x1 is already computed this. Now compute j at this point. So this is your j1. J1 is, put x is equal to here 2.2675 and put y is equal to 0.9254 in this matrix. So we get this matrix j1. Similarly, find out f1. So put these x and y herein and we get this f1. Again use this formula. So this is your j1, this is your delta x1 delta y1 is equal to this. So here after multiplying by minus sign of this, we get this. Okay, solve this, we get this delta x1 delta y1 which is equal to minus 0.2302, 0.0391, and with the help of this find x2. X2 is x1 plus delta x1 with the help of this formula. So after solving this we get 2.0373, 0.9645. Again, so now perform third iteration. For third iteration, put k is equal to 2 and get the solution. So we get x3 is equal to final. This is the final solution and you have to verify this. So x3 is 2.0013, 0.9987. So and this is the solution after 3 iterations. Okay. So I think this is over. So we have already discussed this. Now in the next we will discuss about the Broyden's method. Okay. Thank you.